Velocity Banking 101, Building Wealth in the Black Community. Hey everyone, and welcome to Velocity Banking 101, Building Wealth in the Black Community. I'm your host, Masofa, and in this series, we'll be exploring a powerful financial strategy that can help you pay off debt faster and build wealth for you and your family. So, what exactly is velocity banking? In simple terms, it's a method of using a line of credit to pay off high-interest debts fast. The idea is to replace your checking and savings account with a line of credit to pay your monthly household expenses. So there are three things you must have when starting velocity banking: your budget, your cash flow, and some type of line of credit as your debt tool. You have to know what your numbers are: your income, your expenses, and what is left over is what we call cash flow. You have to make sure that you list every expense that comes out. Go back over your last 3 normal months to track everything you paid. Take a look at your bank account and your credit card. If you have cash withdrawals, then label that as just cash. This is your income? Now let's start listing all of our expenses. We will combine all household expenses under one category called household. We will list all of our credit card payments and balances, car loans, school loans, personal loans. Now that we have our expenses down, we will subtract that number from the income, and that will create the cash flow. We will use one of our credit cards that has a limit high enough to be able to absorb our income we have. This will also help us create more cash flow because the credit card payment goes away because we will deposit our entire income on the credit card. This will satisfy that monthly payment so that monthly minimum payment goes to zero and goes straight to our cash flow. Then we will pay all of our expenses from the credit card. We will rinse and repeat until all the debts are paid for. By doing this, you can save a significant amount of money on interest charges and pay off your debts much faster. Once your debts are paid off, you can then focus on building wealth by redirecting your money into investments or savings. Now we can start to begin closing the wealth gap in America. You don't need more money to make this happen. All we have to do is change the way we use our money. What is the wealth gap between black and white families in America? It's not just a gap. It's a full-blown financial epidemic. I mean, this issue strikes at the heart of the American dream, and it is my mission to close this gap by arming us with information and financial tools. According to a recent study of consumer finances conducted by the Federal Reserve, the median net worth figures are as follows for white families: $188,200, and for black families, $24,100. This means that the median net worth of white families is approximately 8 times that of black families, based on the latest available data. But here's the thing: we can't just sit back and accept this financial divide as the status quo. It's time to get serious about closing the gap and creating a level playing field for all. We need to focus on financial education, and this is where velocity banking comes in, guys. Velocity banking can be a powerful tool in closing this gap and promoting financial independence in our community. By paying off debts faster and redirecting our money into wealth-building assets, we can close this gap. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Remember, you gotta think rich to grow rich or you won't achieve it.